Yes. All right. I did it. Okay. So, y'all, this is our first team like Zoom. I'm kind of like pumped about this. We kind of did this when I first got in, and then we never really caught a lot of momentum. So like I'm super. Oh, it's Laurie from North Dakota. Hey, Laurie. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, I just seen it over there in the chat. So, we're gonna do this every Thursday night at 8:30. I am going to be very diligent about being respectful of your time. So we're going to have a hard stop at 9 unless, some of you just want to stay on. But and the other thing is that the rules with this is that when we come to the table, I'm going to bring you like real stuff you can use. Where I want when you come, if you're going to give me your time, that I'm giving you something that you can actually use to better your business or brainstorm or ideas so I really want to be, that's what I want to use this for because there are a lot of Zooms, as you know, within the
Yeah.
LifeVantage realm. It's like literally overwhelming. But it's there as a resource. Not every Zoom is that you have to attend. A lot of them do get recorded. So just understand that when something's coming up, I don't want you to feel overwhelmed with it. As far as the groups go and all that, it's all just a resource, okay? Total resource. So, all right, so I want you guys to put this down. Global convention is April the 24th through the 26th in Salt Lake City. Okay. As you can see, with the launch of GLP-1, we sold out in Kansas City. You guys, we have never sold out a convention. This is mad. So, and we still know as we go into the spring, as GLP-1 gains momentum and notoriety, and I know it's going to be all good things, we're going to pick up more and more consultants. So it's going to get busier and busier. So I will tell you, if you're going to Kansas City, they usually will open up available tickets for that while we're in Kansas City. I would plan to buy that while you're there. Those tickets are also usually discounted at least another 20, depending on the cost, like 20 to whatever dollars. Like I think, what do they run, Corey? The global is usually a little more. $100? Not even? 125, 150. Okay, something like that. So kind of just put that in the back of your mind. Um, that is something that I would plan to attend. Global convention is not like, so this Market Connect that we're doing is just like US markets. So global you'll get to meet all the Filipino people because they fly all the way across the country to come. So we'll have people from all markets there. We're in like, I don't know how many countries now, 17, 18 more. So you'll see a lot of Australians there and whatnot. So, okay. Monday night, mark this on your calendars. We've talked about this. This is a friendly reminder. The Poe call is at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. I know we have some Midwesterners on here, 7:30 Central and 6:30 Mountain Time. They record that call. You will get the replay on that if you need it, if you can't attend. Next is Wednesday Wellness. Wednesday Wellness is at 6 Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern Standard Time. That Zoom call varies. So we usually don't find out until like the week of or a day before what the Zoom link is. You can invite customers to the Wednesday Wellness. Okay. So if it's a topic of, let's say they're just talking about autoimmune disease and it's a topic of somebody that has autoimmune disease, lupus or fibromyalgia or those types of things, I would kind of keep a running list of those people. That way you can kind of reach out to them and let them know that it's something they might be interested in. We usually can get the calls on that, the links, not always. So I can't promise you that I'll get the link. It's kind of hit and miss with that. Okay. So the next item of topic is I want you guys to make sure that you're creating a list for your GLP-1 business. I would start with your phone. I would literally just go through everybody in your phone and I would get it down on paper, or if you're like super nerdy and love to do Excel spreadsheets and that kind of thing, but you're going to have something to work off of because sometimes we think our well is dry with who we can reach out to, but if we go back to those lists, it's like, oh yeah, I forgot about that person. I forgot about that person. So those lists have come in handy for me more than once. And you can also create buzz on social media with a post. If you guys need help with that, I can maybe like put up a few posts to kind of like get you guys some like feedback and try to get some interaction on social media. The other thing that you can do is go Google a memory jogger on just on Google, and you'll be surprised at how many people that you'll come up with to add to your list, like your hairdresser, your pastor, like, you know, your plumber. They'll give you like this whole list of people, your kid's teacher. There's so many people that we come into contact in our life that we don't think about. So I'll find a memory jogger and I'll attach it to in the team page. I'll get that for you guys. All right, let me ask you guys, does everybody that is in this group right now know how to set up a cart? If you know how to set up a cart, put a 1 in the chat box or shake your head. Everybody know? Candor does, I know. Kim, you know how to set up a cart, right? If everybody that's on the call knows how to set up a cart, I will just do a screen record and post that for the people that are not on this. Corey, go ahead.
Is that in the app?
Yes. Well, in the app or I don't ever use the app to do a cart. Do you all usually use the app to do a cart?
If they ask for one.
I usually go to the website. I go to Google and type in my website, and then it comes up just like it is on my computer screen, and I build mine from there. Is that what you do, Corey?
I do both.
I do both. I don't ever use the app for a cart. I don't know why. It's super easy in the cart. I do know that on the hub, just as a resource, there is a video there that shows you in the hub how to load a cart. So since most everybody here, Kayla does the app, and there's another Zoom user on here. I'm not sure who that is. All right, I'll just do a screen record for time purposes for that. And I'll put it in the in the team page and in Telegram for you guys to go back and look at. All right, let's see what else. So Fast Track. Let's talk about Fast Track. So one of the things that I want you all to know is that Fast Track is going to change November the 1st. But I don't want to focus on that tonight. What I want to focus on is what you can do this month, because Kim's not in Fast Track, but I know Candor, you're still in Fast Track. And then you're out. You're out.
I joined in
right.
April.
Katie. Yeah. Katie's in Fast Track. I know Pamela still is. Gordon still is. There's quite a handful of you that are still in the Fast Track window. Let me make it really easy for you for Fast Track right now, okay? For every 3 customers you enroll with $100 in SV sales volume, okay, you're going to get $50 bonus. All right. For every 3 consultants you sign up with 150 SV, you're going to get $50 in a bonus. You can do that as many times as you can possibly make it happen in a 90-day window. Now, remember, your fast start is the month you enroll plus an extra full 3 months. So I know some of you like, well, for instance, Eileen last month enrolled under Susie on the 15th of like September. So her fast start is going to be those 2 weeks for September plus October, November, and December. So the end of her fast start will end on December 31st. Does everybody know how to get into their back office and to look at their dashboard? Let me show you that, because that's where you track. Give me just a second. Oh, I can't minimize when I'm sharing the meeting. Oh boy. Okay, hold on. We're gonna have to go this route, kids. This is the only way I can do it. Hold on.
And Leslie, I will post the launch guide that they gave with Evolve to the Telegram
Okay.
group, because that's got the memory
Perfect.
juggle as the last page, or in the
Okay,
middle of
good.
it.
Perfect.
And it's got
So,
invite to a team too.
okay, good. So when you go into your page, you're going to pull up your page, and it's likely going to be yourname.lifevantage.com. You're going to go over here and hit the little man here, and you want to log in with your account. It's not my account. And then you're going to put your password in. And so you'll know when you're actually in your account, when your initial shows up here. You know you're actually logged in and you can have access to your back office. You're going to click that and you're going to go down here to back office. And when you do that, one of the things that you want to get familiar with is this dashboard. If you're in Fast Track, you can go here to Fast Track and you should be able to see your Fast Track. Like, for instance, your all's Fast Tracks are going to come up here. So like, I know that Katie has already completed 1 track this month. She needs 2 more tracks to get that next $50 bonus. She has no consultants. Pamela has 2 of the 3. So once she gets 1 more customer, she's going to earn a $50 bonus. And then it shows, you know, information here, and it's going to track you as you go along the month for your rank advancement bonuses and all that. So you guys need to be able to get to this on your dashboard. Now, back to this dashboard. This is also real important. So this is going to kind of give you the countdown and the rundown of like what you need to meet the qualifications for, like, for instance, it's not going to let me pick that, will it? So I need $300 in sales volume. 150 of that can be mine to reach my cap. Just follow these tracks. This is going to be the short version of it. To get diamond, which I had last month, I need $4,000 in volume. When you start tracking here, you can hover over this and it tells me how much is in this blue bar. When you hover on this side, it'll usually tell you how much you have to go. Well, it tells you how much you have to go right here. Still $33,000 away from what would be MC3, I guess. So,
And Leslie, if you scroll back up and scroll a little higher, the qualifications tab, the next one,
yes.
it says summary, then qualifications. That's where you can do more hovering on those numbers. So
Right. And so
the other
this is
one's
nice
the
too.
snapshot. This one is where you can get more of the nuts and bolts, what's left.
Right. You can click on this as well. And let's say right now you're sitting on consultant. Okay. It'll tell you, you know, you still need $150 of your personal purchase and then so much. And then you can go to see what you need next. Like, for instance, I hit MC2 last month. If I'm looking towards MC3 and what I still need, I go to the next rank up and it'll show me like where we're at. Remember we said here, so I need that 33,175 to go. It tells me I need 40,000. I'm only at 6,800 right now. And last month we hit 34,000. So we were about 6,000 off of that. So, and then as you get people on your team, it'll give you the breakdown down here of where all that's coming out. So really and truly, the point that I want to drive home here, because I don't want to get into this too deep, under your dashboard, you want to get really familiar with this summary and track that and your qualifications. You can look at that in the Fast Track. So those are things that are on your dashboard just to kind of help you. So I'm going to stop with that because I don't want to be too confusing for people. Was that helpful to give you guys a little bit of a tour to see like where you can track things? Kendra, you know how to follow all that? You've been doing that all along?
Mhm.
Okay. Kim, you're okay with that?
I use
Okay.
it on my app more than anything. I'm still
The
learning
app is
back
good.
office.
This is something that you need to know though.
Yeah.
Corey, the app doesn't update, like it's not real time, not like the back office is. So if you're not if you're getting controversy between your back office and your app, you need to get off the app, like especially if you're in crunch time and you're really trying to like get things within because I don't think the dashboard even on the computer doesn't update but every 45 minutes or an hour.
Yeah, so it's half-hour blocks. So if a change happens between 11 and 11:30, that change should apply in the 11:30 to midnight run. But if it's in the last 5 minutes, it may take a full another cycle for that to run. That's what I've found.
There you go. So just know if you're looking at your app and it's telling you one thing and you look in your back office and it says something else, that's why. When you're in crunch time and you're running for a promotion or a gym rank or whatever, you want to make sure that you're following your back office, not in the app. You can still log on to your back office on the phone, but you want to go the route that I just went, not on the app. Okay. Everybody understands Fast Track. That's the main thing. Three customers at 100 SV. 3 consultants at 150 SV 50/50. That's the simplest way to say that. Because next month, go ahead, Judy, ask.
Okay, so how do I just go onto the back office and find a list of my customers and my consultant and her customer?
Okay, let's go back.
She lives in Florida too.
Texas.
Oh,
So
Texas.
when you want to find, you're going to go to reporting, Judy. And we're going to do a deep dive in this one night. There's one more thing I want Corey to get to, but I think we have a little bit of time. This is a great place to go. This side is what I would focus on. So one of the things you want to know is who's in your reward circle, right? Because these are the people that are on subscription. These are your VIP people. And as you can see in my back office, I've got 36 of them. There's 36 people. It tells me how much they've spent. It tells me their SV. It tells me what month their anniversary is when they signed up. So like Angela Cottrell this month, I should reach out to her because it's her anniversary month. These are all good things. It tells you how many credits they've earned on rewards and all of that.
Leslie, one important thing to call out here, the far right column, expiration date. If you click on that, it'll sort it by either the furthest out or the soonest to expire. So this is
There
the
you go.
soonest. So right there, Melody, hers are going to expire on 10/7.
Oh, I
Your
didn't know
next-
that. That's
The
good to
next
know.
person, Jennifer, she's going to expire 10/22.
There you
So
go.
that's their date and how much is going to expire. So 10/10, 10/10, 10/7, 10/2, 10/22, 10/22. They're all going to lose $10 on that day.
Okay.
I got an email about those. I said my sister had a rewards, and I just told her this last month.
Mhm.
You get
Yeah.
emailed too whenever your customers have
Correct.
rewards.
And I usually just screenshot it and I private message my people and I say, no pressure. If you don't need anything, that's fine. But you've got $10 in rewards. If you don't use it, you lose it. Just kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
All right,
And
going
what-
back to report. Go ahead.
We pulled that report on the 25th. So as soon as that last subscription runs, we pull that so we know who's got stuff for the end of the month into the next month, because usually it's going to expire before their subscription runs for whatever reason. So you need to kind of stay on top of that with them.
And this is one of those things, Judy, that what I would like to do is I want to sit down and write it down at the end of the month. This is your checklist of what you should do. Check your reward circle customers, filter out, look and see who has expiring awards. Number 2, check your people in your downline. There's like a whole list of things that we need together and just like streamline because it's really hard. Now, this here is your rewards, the people that are customers of yours, but they're not subscribers. So as you can see in my back office, I've got a lot. There's a bunch of them here. There's like, I think over 213 people now that are people that have spent money at some point in time. But what I did for this was I went through and filtered it, like Corey said, by last activity date. So I actually used this report to gather people to reach out to about GLP-1 because there's a lot of people here. I mean, these are people that actually purchased from me at least once, right? I mean, some of these people only spent $25, but hey, Susie Irby spent $640 with me. I mean, she probably had orders for 6 months. So this is kind of good to know too. One more report really quick. This is really important. Unsuccessful subscription report. This is basically going to tell you who in your, now this is my whole downline, but it tells me the person and it tells me who signed them up and if they had an order that didn't go through. So you can click on this person's name too. I don't know if you know this. And you can see, where they fall at. You can see what order, and you can even open up that order and see what it was. So if there's issues with that, you can see it says this order has not been paid. It's an entered status. So they've probably ran that report and reach out to them to let them know that their credit card failed or whatever. I think they send out emails on that, don't they, Corey, to the customer? But it's good practice to reach out yourself because you're keeping that, line of communication up. So there's a handful of people here already this month that have had failed subscriptions. So that's a really nice report to run. And then, you've got your canceled subscriptions. Your subscribers is a lot like my rewards circle, and your non-subscribers is a lot like my customers not participating in rewards circles. So Those are really important reports, I think, to get familiar with and to start running and learn. Does that help, Judy? Okay, good. All right, Corey, I'm going to turn it over to you. He's going to talk about SC1 and he's going to tell us how many GLP-1s we're going to need to get
Yeah.
to certain rank and what that's going to look like.
Okay, so we're up against the clock a little bit tonight, so I'm going to give you a abbreviated version. I've got a file that I'll post to the group that's got all this in a full written out form, so you can read it and send me questions, whatever you want to do on it. So SC1 rank advancement with GLP is what the title of the document is. But before I get into that exact piece, I just want to talk through GLP-1, like earning potential, what that looks like. So if you have 4 people sign up on just the GLP-1, $20 a day from daily pay is what that will be. So $80. You'll qualify as an Onyx. So you're going to get 5% of the SV from that. Your total pay that month from just signing up 4 people with GLP-1 month over month, because it's no longer a bonus when you enroll them and then you get a different amount the months following. It's the same amount every month recurring that they keep ordering at just 4 people. It's $105.60 for 4 GLP-1 onlys. We do not know the price point or the SV for GLP-1 plus Nerf2 yet, but from what we can gather, hypothesize, predict, it'll be about 165 in SV, would be the best guess we can make. And if you did the same thing, but just with GLP-1 plus Nerf2, your monthly pay would be about $137.70. That's just 4 customers on those products.
So you did say that 4 people on GLP-1 will give you Onyx at 5%, and you said it's $105.60, right?
$105.60 total for your monthly income. Yep.
And the SV for just the GLP-1 was 128, right?
128.
Okay.
Yep. If you get 16 people on GLP-1, same kind of things apply. $20 per, is what your payout is. 128 SV times 16 is 2,048 SV. That means you qualify as Sapphire, so you get a 15% bonus. Your pay for the month would be $627.20. If you do the GLP plus Nerf 2, it'd be $812 for the month. Now, just doubling, we're doing this double game. So 32 people, just to put it out there, big numbers. If you signed up 32 people with just GLP-1, it is a $1,459 check. If you sign up GLP-1 plus Nerf 2 with the assumption made, it would be $1,888 for the month. Like, you're muted. You're muted, Leslie.
Is it the 16? Is that Sapphire or Emerald?
You'd be Diamond.
Sapphire.
Or you'd be Sapphire on. You'd be
The
Sapphire.
Sapphire's 10%, right? It's 10%, not 15.
No, it's Sapphire. I'm getting myself confused.
Sapphire's
It's 2040. It's 2048. So you're past Emerald.
We skipped Emerald though.
Onyx, Emerald, Sapphire. Sapphire is the one right before Diamond.
Okay, hold
And you'd
on.
be at 2048, which is just barely over the cusp to get into Sapphire, because Sapphire starts at 2000. Because it's 2000 to 4000.
When you said you make 620, that's on Emerald?
No. 627 is for 16 people. Your SV would be 2048, which is 48 SV over into Sapphire, which is 15% bonus.
I got you.
Which puts you at 627. Just the Sapphire bonus on that alone is 307. The daily pay is 320.
Okay, got you. We have some slides too.
Yeah. And I'm going to give everybody this whole thing that I'm reading from. So
okay, perfect.
Here's the qualification to SC1. Okay. At 128 SV, you need 12 people on GLP-1. If our assumption is correct about 165 SV for GLP-1 plus Nerf 2, you would need 9 people on that. The 12 and the 9 would get you 1563 in personal volume or 1512 in personal volume. So that gets you your 1500. You also, for SC1, must have a consultant under you. Also, the same applies for consultant 3. You need a consultant underneath you. So SC1, your consultant needs to pull 500 minimum in SV because you can only have 1500 of your own volume at SC1. That means they need to have 4 people on GLP 1 or 3 people on GLP-1, Nerf 2. Now, that's 512 and 498 SV in customer sales volume. They're going to have their own order, so that would fill in that 2 missing SVs for if you did the GLP-1 plus Nerf 2 option. And so to throw in another component to that, just so you understand it, if you're in Fast Track, if you sign up, what you need to have SC1, you have either 4 tracks or 3 tracks for the new consultant there, or for new customers there. Because 12 and 9, that's 4 tracks, so that's an extra $200, or 3 tracks, that's an extra $150 if you're still in Fast Track. And
So
you'll be
basically
one
what you're
in on your
saying,
consultant.
there's a lot of money to be made right up front if you're still in
Yep.
Fast Track, and that's the reason that we're focusing on that right this minute, because there's people sitting in that 90-day window, and there's a ton of money. So I want to reiterate this because my brain thinks different. Corey's brain is so analytical, and he thinks like I can't even think that way. So the one thing that I want to stand out, which stood out to me, which I feel like I have not conveyed very well, is to get the SC1, you need $2,000 in sales. Only $1,500 of that can come from you. You cannot rank up and get to SC1 without signing up someone to work under you as a consultant. The other $500 needs to come from that person. Is everybody clear on that? Okay. Now, ranking up has nothing to do with your gym bonus. Your gym bonus is all on you. You can sell $20,000 worth of product, whatever that is, and your gym bonus is always going to be 20% when you hit diamond or above. So 20% of 4,000, 20% of 10,000, 20% of 20,000. It doesn't matter. So you don't have to build a team over here if you don't want to. But if you want to rank up and continue to move up and open up more ways to get paid as we move forward, you have to enroll consultants. I want to make that clear. Okay.
Now I'm going to lay out the SC1 earnings just real quick before we let everybody go here. So per my example, you needed 12 people on GLP-1. Direct daily pay would be 12 times the $20 daily pay. Then you qualify as a emerald because you're at 1536. You're not to that sapphire rank yet. So that is 153. So your pay just for your work is $393.60. Your consultant underneath you, you're going to get 10% of their total SV. So think of everything they bought plus their customer volume all goes into one basket, and you're going to get 10% of that. So 10%, in our example, they need 500 in group sales volume. That's what you'll see there in my chart. It's GSV this time. That's $50. 10% of 500 is 50. So 50 plus your 393 means you're going to be at 443. Now, if you're in Fast Track, just like we said, you're either going to get 3 tracks or 4 tracks, depending on which route you take. So that's an extra 150 to 200 on that. So that's going to push that to 643 or 593. So that kind of gives you that lens. Now, the next month, if you didn't sign anyone else up the next month, you'd be back to that 443 because you don't have any Fast Track enrollment tracks that you're earning to get that extra amount. So if you see fluctuation in your checks, that's what it would be from, is that you didn't have Fast Track bonus rolling into your check. If all your customers just stayed the same, you're going to see a drop, but that's because you don't have those track credits that you're getting.
That's good stuff. Does that
And I
help you
mentioned
guys?
that just to set the expectation and help you understand, like, you're going to see movement in that check.
I personally think that for most of you, it's going to be like, I think we're all underestimating what this is going to look like, but I think it's going to be pretty easy for you to sell 10 systems really quickly in all reality, because people that already know about, I mean, GLP-1 is everywhere. Like everybody's talking about it. Everybody wants to talk about it. And then the final thing that I'm going to say, which I was supposed to start with, because I have squirrel brain and I have to write everything down, is working the ITT system. So get out that memory jogger. And as you reach out to people, the thing that you want to remember is connecting people back into this team. Three-way chats are going to close the deal for you probably 8 or 9 times out of 10 every single time. When you don't use a three-way chat or you don't connect them into somebody that's in the team, you're going to be having a lot harder time closing those deals. So just keep that in mind. Kayla said, I just want, you can unmute, Kayla. Just want to reiterate, LV has not seen this momentum in the last 13 years. Yeah. This is like getting in from the beginning when Pro Tandem first came out. Like,
Yeah.
Sean and Michelle Poe went to like Pro 7, like in no time. Like, well, it would be the equivalent of EC1 now, like literally overnight. So go ahead, Kayla.
No, I want everybody to realize like there's no fluff here, like it's happening with or without you. And I don't want anybody to look back in 3 months from now and be like, I wish I would have listened to her.
And you also don't want to think this is the most annoying thing. And I know some of you that have been in other network marketing companies have experienced this, or just in life. You have somebody's name on the list, or maybe they're on your chicken list or whatever, and you put off talking to them, and then they enroll under somebody else. That is the most annoying thing ever. Like, you can totally kick yourself in the pants for that. You don't want to be going back and kicking yourself in the pants and crossing that name off and put Leslie Powell beside of it. Oh, Leslie got my customer. Leslie got my consultant. I've been wanting to talk to this lady. Like, the next 90 days is what I will say. You need to go, just put your head down and go hard for the next 90 days, because it could be a total game changer for you guys, everybody. And we want to see big wins here. All right, I'm 5 minutes over. So work the ITT system, plan to get to sell at least 10 systems, get to SC1. If you're already at SC1, we want to see you double. And then Corey's going to put up all those fancy numbers, because numbers make my brain hurt. That's why he's here. He is the numbers guy. So honestly, I hope everybody has Corey's number. If you don't, we can share numbers even in the team page. If you need Corey's number, he'll put it up, and add him to your phone. And if you have questions about comp plan or number stuff, Corey's your man. If you need help making posts and being really super creative and making graphics, I'm your girl. So, all right. And Katie's really good with graphics. We've learned really quick too. She likes to do those. So if you need help with that, we're all here to help each other. Any questions at all? Anybody? All right. First team call. That's a wrap. Next week, we'll do it. Next week, we probably won't have a team call because we're all going to be in Kansas City. So, but what we might try to do, I don't know. Let's think about that, because I was going to say we could maybe jump in on Sunday, but I don't know what Sunday's going to be like. Everybody's traveling and whatnot. It's crazy. We'll figure it out.
And there's no virtual option on this. So you're going to have to keep us updated in the Telegram.
I will. Watch Telegram, and the team page will post a lot of updates in there. All of us.
Okay, good. It's going to be exciting. I'm going to order it as soon as you tell me. I'm going to be monitoring the website and just order it as soon as I see it.
One of the things we might be able to do, and this is kind of out there, I don't know what the Wi-Fi will be like there in the building, but I might be able to get a stand that sits on the floor and just set up I have a burner phone that I could take, like an old S10. We can just set it up and go live in the team page and see if we can like stream y'all in. It's possible. Let me see if I can make it happen. I'll let you know.
Yeah, that would be cool if it's not, too much trouble or whatever, because you're going to be concentrating.
At least for the sessions where we're like learning stuff, like especially when they roll out the GLP-1 and they're talking about the science and stuff on it, I'm going to do my very best to make that happen.
That'd be great.
Yeah. And Leslie, if you don't have stable Wi-Fi and you've got that phone, you can always save it and then dump it to Telegram later.
That's
because
true.
Telegram, you unlimited storage.
Yeah,
So,
you can upload stuff really quick.
Yeah.
The other thing I could do is upload it to my YouTube page and send it as a link. Okay, we'll make that happen, Judy, one way or
Awesome.
another.
Okay.
All right, guys, that's a wrap. We'll see you guys next time. Okay.
All right. Bye-bye.